So in this lecture, the topic is Nāṭyasaṁgraha and interrelationship between various elements of Nāṭyasaṁgraha. And there are 11 elements in Nāṭyasaṁgraha. Introducing these 11 elements means introduction to the whole concept of Nāṭya or theater, according to Bharat Muni. So, because all the 11 elements mixed together, integrated with each other, they make the whole concept of Nāṭya, or they form Nāṭya or theater as such, as per the concept of Bharat Muni. So, what are these 11 elements? Next, these are the names. If you can read Devanagari, 11 categories are listed. रस भाव अभिनय धर्मी वृत्ति प्रवृत्ति सिद्धि स्वर आतोद्य गान and ranga. They are enumerated in the 10th shloka of 6th chapter. Rasa bhavaya abhinaya dharmi vṛtti pravṛttaya siddhi swaras tatha todyam ganam rangasya sangraha. And they are basic or fundamental categories for theater. Rasa is very important. So it is named in the beginning. From rasa bhava proceeds. So rasa is the aesthetic feeling, aesthetic experience, creative urge, because rasa is a pervasive concept, so it should not be translated by a single term. So many authors are using various terms for rasa. Some say it is sentiment, some say aesthetic bliss, some say taste, some say it is aesthetic experience. But all the shades of meaning which rasa incorporates cannot be included in a single term in English. Therefore, we always use rasa only. Rasa is rasa, it's a unique term because it is aesthetic experience, it is creative urge, it remains dormant in the form of samskara also. In the culmination of a performance, rasa is there. So the rasa is embedded from beginning to the end, and it emerges manifest in various forms. So it's a pervasive thing in the theater experience. Therefore, rasa is named first. From rasa, everything else proceeds. So from rasa, bhavas come. Bhavas are generated or bhavas are performed as per rasa. And as per bhavas, abhinaya is done. Abhinaya, you can say acting. And the types of abhinaya, you must remember 4 types of abhinayas. And according to abhinaya, dharmi is realized. Dharmi is modus operandi. Iti kartavyata, as they call it. We will have a separate lecture on dharmi because it is a core concept. And vṛtti is the mode of performance. It is practicing of theater, you can say. And pravṛtti is tendencies of the people in the world around us. So these tendencies are studied to form vṛttis, tendencies of various people in the world. They are rendered in theater through 4 modes. So therefore there are 4 vṛttis which culminate into 4 vṛttis. And then siddhi is success. So according to ras, bhav, abhinay, dharmi, vṛtti and pravṛtti, the way of success of a performance is cleared. What success it is going to attain. We will have a separate lecture on the concept of siddhi. It is also very important and very significant aesthetic concept. Then swaras are 7 swaras, musical notes. Shadj, Rishabh, Gandhar, Madhyam, Pancham, Dhevat, Nishat, Sa, Re, Gama, Padhani. These are the seven swaras which make vocal music. And Atodhyas are percussions, instruments. Gana is songs, and Ranga is theater or stage. So if you uh, find that there is an order, we begin from rasa and end with Ranga. Rasa is the subtlemost thing, minutest thing, because it remains in the creator. The creator created out of rasa. This world was created by the supreme being or supreme lord out of rasa. A poet writes out of rasa because he has rasa in the form of creative urge, sisraksha or sarjanecha, creativity, the feeling for creativity or urge for creating, so that rasa. And then rasa is realized in the end also. So it's a subtle thing which in the minutest form remains uh, from the beginning till the end, everywhere in a performance, in theater, in poetry, in uh, any art. Therefore, it is named first. And then bhavas can be experienced, that this is love, that is rati, this is anger, that is krodh, the sthai bhava of raudrasa, this is utsaha or inclination to do something. So all these bhavas can be felt by the audience. When rasa is there, bhavas proceed, and abhinaya is done according to it. So from sukshma to sthul, you proceed in this way. From subtlemost or minute things, you proceed to gross things. So Ranga is the most physical of them. These are, in the beginning, they are abstract things like ras, bhava, etc. And gradually they become more and more apparent, more and more assuming forms. So finally we have Ranga or stage, that's a part of the building or architecture, which is the most gross or most physical element. So from innermost element to most physical element, we can proceed. And theater is done in this way also. The poet has rasa within, and he writes out of rasa, he expresses bhavas. The performers do abhinaya according to rasa and bhava, which are delineated by the poet, and other things follow. This order can be there, or reverse order can also be there from the point of view of the performer, the actor or the actress. They will make an entry on the stage, so the stage comes first. Then songs will be there, then their songs will be accompanied by percussions or drums or instruments. Swaras will be applied to them. So you can proceed this way also. Or Abhinav Gupta says that there cannot be hard and fast, strict order of applying these elements. These elements are applied by the performers in their own way. Whenever they need rasa, they suggest rasa. Whenever they need music, they they use swaras, atodhyas, gana, etc. So it is the creativity of the performer, it is the creativity of the poet also, what element to utilize where. So no order can be prescribed. This is the explanation of Abhinav Gupta. But these 11 elements are there, and the order, the way they are enumerated, there is one order from subtlemost to gross one. If you have reverse order, then it will be from gross, most physical one to the minutest one. So these 11 elements are there, and we will try to come to them one by one. And one very important thing in the system of Nāṭyaśāstra which you need to understand is in the next fourth slide. Bharat Muni says that there are four basic rasas. So his concept of rasa involves basic rasas and subsidiary rasas. So there are fundamental rasas, basic rasas, and they generate other four rasas. So of course there are eight rasas, and all in all there are nine. There are nine rasas. So out of these, four are basic rasas, and they generate other four rasas. We will come to them. But Bharat Muni and Abhinav Gupta, his commentator, they say that these four basic rasas are correlated to four purusharthas. Purusharthas are values of life. So there are four purusharthas in Indian system of philosophy, in Indian thought, in Indian ethos, and everybody who lives in India must know them: dharma, arth, kam, and moksha. So dharma is not what we call religion or madhab in other languages. It's also a pervasive thing. Whatever that sustains or holds this universe, dharayate iti dharma. Whatever, so something universal which sustains this, which sustains all of us. That is dharma, and it involves various codes of conducts also, ethics also, everything it involves to make an ideal life. That is dharma. Then artha is physical prosperity, whatever material gains we have in this world for our well-being. And kama is love. Love is also needed. So kama is not simply sex. It Sex is a part of it, but love in a broad sense of term, that everybody has love within, and love between mother and child, love between all human beings, that will form kama purushartha. So that is connected to creativity, creating something beautiful. So kama purushartha is related to realization of beauty in life. Arth purushartha is related to realization of material gains in life, and dharma purushartha is related to whatever is ideal, whatever that leads to your emancipation. So these purusharthas finally culminate into moksha, that is, you can say, salvation, nirvana. So these four purusharthas are there, and four basic rasas are connected to each of the purushartha. So Shangara rasa is connected to kama purushartha. Vira rasa is connected to dharma. Raudra rasa is connected to artha. And Vibhats rasa is connected to moksha. Okay. And therefore Bharata makes a sort of grouping of four elements. And because there are four purusharthas, so related to them there are four rasas, basic rasas. Related to four basic rasas, there are four subsidiary rasas. And related to all these four purusharthas, rasas, there are four vṛttis, four pravṛttis, four types of heroes, etc. So in this way, he creates a sort of synthetic approach and networking to form a holistic theater. And this is also very important to understand that this is the most holistic concept of theater, which Bharat Muni explains. In West, there was one Brecht who talked of a holistic theater. He said that whatever theater we are doing, it is not complete, and we will make it holistic by mixing various elements. We will mix music in tragedy. In tragedy, you can't have dance or joyous moments. But Brecht said that we will mix everything. Whenever there is a death or grief, we will put some dance also, we will put some song. And his theory was different. So he said that this is epic theater. This is not realistic theater. So, and we can mix various things to make it whole. Bharat Muni gave a broader concept of, whatever Brecht was talking, Bharat Muni's concept is even broader than that, because nobody has talked uh, the inclusion of all these 11 elements in theater. And these are very core values of theater, like vrattis and pravrittis and siddhi. So this is a more holistic approach to whole concept of theater. And the unity of numbers is maintained to give a system, to give it an order, because life is in order. Life is not disorder as per our concept, as per our concept of universe, of life, that life runs in an order. There is a rhythm, rhythmic pattern. God has not created a chaos or disaster. So there must be a unity or synthetic design. So that is reflected in theater. So theater should also have a synthetic design and unity. So this that unity and synthetic design is reflected in the conception of these 11 elements, four purusharthas, four basic rasas, four subsidiary rasas, four vrittis, four pravrittis, four types of heroes, etc. So they have a kind of interrelationship and unity of design. Next, we come to fifth. And in the fifth, we see this interrelationship or interconnectivity with its rhythmic patterns presented in this sort of, you can say, graph that in the first line, four purusharthas are mentioned: Kama, Artha, Kama, Dharma, Artha, and Moksha. They are related to four rasas: Shangar, Veer, Raudra, and Bibhatsa. As I have said, Shangar rasa is related to Kama, Veer rasa is related to Dharma, Raudra rasa is related to Artha, and Bibhatsa rasa is related to Moksha. Bibhatsa is something hideous, something which gives anguish, uh, which produces a kind of feeling uh, to do away with, that it is something uh, hideous. We should do away with it. So that feeling to rise above that hideous element leads to the search for salvation. So when we discuss rasa, we will come to it each and every how each of the four basic rasas, they are related to four purusharthas. It means that the experience of these four rasas would motivate for these values. Experience of Shangar rasa would fill us with the love for everybody, and it will motivate us for expressing our love for everybody. The experience of Veer rasa will motivate us for dharma, to do good acts, and experience of Raudra rasa would motivate us for robust activities, for being active in life for material gains. And experience of Bibhatsa rasa would lead us for our search for peace. So these four purusharthas and four basic rasas are connected to four subsidiary rasas. They are called avantara rasas, other rasas. In third line of this chart, you see Shangar is connected to Hasya, Veer is connected to Adbhuta, Raudra is connected to Karuna, and Bibhas is connected to Bhayanaka. There is a logical design and logical sequence because Shangara and Hasya, they go together. In love making scenes, there is there is humor, and often Vidushaka is accompanying in Sanskrit plays whenever the hero or heroine are there, and there is a episode of love between them, love between a man and woman. Then Hasyarasa or humor, amusement, delight that goes with it. So Hasyarasa, Shangara generates Hasyarasa. And Veera doing heroic deeds. Veera consists of doing great acts of charity, winning great wars, doing something very noble. That is Veera. Veera Rasa doesn't manifest only in battlefields. It is doing something very noble, like doing charity. So we'll come to the concept of Veera Rasa when we discuss Rasa. So that becomes wonderful. So it leads to the experience of Adbhuta Rasa. where we experience wonder. When Rodrasa leads to Karuna, because when Rodrasa is there, some violence will be there, death will be there. Then Karuna Rasa, pathetic sentiment, pathos will follow. So in this way, and Bibhatsarasa, we see something dreadful in Bibhatsarasa that would lead to Bhayanaka. We are fearful of it. We want to run away from it. It is so hideous and it agitates us, disturbs us. So we shrink from it and want to leave it and we want to find solace within. So Bibhatsa leads to Bhayanaka. Then four types of Abhinayas are there. So these are the being the core values, core categories, these elements. You should remember them. Names of the rasas and names of the four types of Abhinayas. Aharya, Vachik, Angik, Satvik. So Aharya is use of properties, costumes, dresses, etc. Oh, it is connected to Shangar because whole toileting, your makeup, etc., making yourself beautiful, it is Aharya. So naturally it is connected to Shangara. Vachik is formed by speech, verbal mode. So it is connected to Adbhut and Veer Rasa. Because Veeras are speaking in a heroic tone. So Vachik Abhinay, that is performing the dialogues, that is connected to Adbhut and Veer Rasa. And these connections are not by hard and fast rule. They can be connected to other categories also. Each category is connected to other categories, but on the basis of uh, apparent connections, we can see these connections are there. And Angika is connected, may be connected to Karun and Rodra and Sattvic Avinaya, which is done with concentration within. That is connected to Bibhatsarasa and Moksha. Then there are the four Vṛttis, Kaishiki, Bharti, Arvati, and Satvati. We will deal with these Vṛttis in this lecture. So you should remember the names and we will explain them. Kaishiki is connected to Shangaras because it is a graceful, delicate Vṛtti. It involves decor. And Bharti is Vṛtti of Shabda Bahul Vṛtti, consisting speeches. So it is connected to Vachik Abhinay and Veer Rasa. And Arvati, movements of the body, vigorous movements of the body. It is the Vṛtti of the heroes or bhattas, fighters. It is connected to Rodrasa. And Satvati is the Vṛtti of Satvatas, noble persons who can concentrate within. So it leads to Vivasrasa, etc., Moksha, etc. Then there are four Pravṛttis, and we will be dealing with the four Pravṛttis also. They are specified as per the geographical regions in the country, in our country, that is India, Bharatvarsha. So Dakshinatya, southern region, Avanti, central region, Magdi, that is the eastern region, northeast, and Panchali, it is northern. So these four Vṛttis, tendencies of the people. Then four Nayakas, heroes are there. Dhir Lalit, Dhirodat, Dhiroddat, and Dhir Shant. Dhir Lalit is delicate, graceful, and he uh, is engaged with some love making, love affair. He is a connoisseur, a lover of arts. Dhirodat is a noble hero coming from a great noble family. Dhirodat is arrogant and he is making boastful statements. Otherwise, he is a warrior and he remains in angry mood. Dirshant is peace lover. He is remains calm and composed. So these four types of heroes are connected to four types of rasas, basic rasas. Dhir Lalit to Shangara, Dhirodat to Veera, and Dharma Purushartha, Dhirodhat to Rodra and Artha Purushartha, and Dhir Shanta to Moksha Purushartha. So, in this way, these are the interconnections between various elements of theater, that four types of pravrittis, four types of vrittis, four types of abhinayas. They are included in the 11 categories, and four types of rasa, they are also included. So in this way, there are connectivity, interconnections, and they form a rhythmic pattern that these four are connected together, these four are connected together. So this forms a kind of pattern. In this way, there are four types of instruments or percussions. Sushir is instrument played by blowing like flute, and Tata is stringed instruments like veena, guitar, violin, and Ghana is a solid instrument like manjira, metallic instruments, and Avnath is covered instruments like drums. So these four types of instruments, musical instruments. So their number is also four. So these are all these categories are four, and they are having interconnections. Then, if we view the whole Nāṭyaśāstra, I perhaps have explained this in the introductory lecture also, that the whole Nāṭyaśāstra is a treatment in 11 fundamental elements, starting from the sixth chapter up to the last chapter. Some way or in some way or other, these 11 elements are discussed. So rasa is discussed in the sixth chapter, and bhava is discussed in the seventh chapter. Abhinayas are discussed from chapter 8th to 27th. There are other topics taken up in these chapters. There are almost, I think, 20 chapters. Some other topics occur because Abhinaya is performance, and performance involves application of all the categories. Performance would involve rasa, bhava, dharmi, vṛtti, pravṛtti, etc., and siddhi also. So the Abhinayas are discussed, but in between, various other topics are also taken up. But the treatment of Abhinaya continues from 8th chapter to 27th chapter. Then Dharmi is discussed in between these chapters, so mostly in 13th chapter. Vṛttis are discussed. I think it should be 20th. It is a typing error. It is not 19th, it is 20th. So Vṛttis are discussed in 20th chapter. And Pravṛttis are discussed in 13th chapter. And Siddhi is discussed in 27th chapter. Then from chapter 28 to 34, 7 chapters are devoted to music. And whole musical system, ancient Indian musical system is explained by Bharata in these 7 chapters. Swaraj are explained in 28th, 29th to 31. Atodhyas, that is percussions or instruments, they are how to play drums, or that is called mridanga, various talas, they are defined. They are very lengthy chapters, and very intricate musical system is there. And Ghana, singing is explained in 30 seconds. Various Dhruva songs are specified, which will be sung in the performance of a play. Dhruva songs in Prakrit, and musical system for each song is there. And finally, Ranga is 11th element. It is treated in chapters 2nd and 3rd, which we have covered. Construction of a theater building and the gods enshrined in the theater building. So in this way, in the first column, you see Ras, Bhav, Abhinay, Dharmi, Vṛtti, Pravṛtti, Siddhi, Swar, Atodhya, Gan, Rang, these 11 elements enumerated in these respective chapters. So the study of Nāṭyaśāstra would involve the study of these 11 categories, and that would complete the whole study of Bharata's system of Nāṭya. Now we come to Pravṛttis, because Rasa, Bhava, and Siddhi, Dharmi, we will be taking separately in other lectures. So Pravṛtti needs to be understood because it's a core concept, and it is related to all the other elements. Without Pravṛtti, you can't do theater. Of course, without rasa also, theater would be impossible, Natya would be impossible. So each and every element out of the 11 is essential, but Pravṛttis need to be understood because they are from the outer world, and how the outer world is integrated into the inner world, which is created on the theater. That is the concept. So Pravṛttis are the tendencies of the people which live in the country. And uh, when they speak of Pravṛttis in the country, they mean the country of Bharatvarsha. Of course, Bharat Muni talks of 7 continents, and he means that Natya is for the whole world, but his system is for Bharatvarsha. So the Pravṛttis of the people living in this country, that is Bharatvarsha, that Bharatvarsha is divided into 4 regions. And these 4 regions are identified with some specific tendencies. And those tendencies are named as Pravṛttis. There are 4 Pravṛttis. So in this stanza, go to the next 37, 37th stanza of the, yes, Nāṭyaśāstra 1337 says that Chaturvidha Pravṛtti, 4 types of Pravṛttis are there, which are included in a Natya Prayoga in the performance. The second line names the 4 Pravṛttis: Avanti, Dakshinatya, Panchali, Udra Magadhi. Cha and Udra Magadhi joined together will make Chodra Magadhi. So the word is Udra Magadhi. So Avanti, Dakshinatya, Panchali, and Udra Magadhi. Avanti belongs to Avanti Desh, Avanti region. Dakshinatya belongs to the Dakshin or southern region. Panchali belongs to the Panchala region, which was in the north. And Udra Magadhi belongs to the coastal areas in the east, northeast. So these are the 4 Pravṛttis. Uh, Abhinav Gupta gives an explanation that these Pravṛttis are used for various techniques in the performance, for making entries, exits, etc. And in Dakshinatya and Avanti Pravesha, in Dakshinatya and Avanti Pravṛtti, the actors enter from the northern gate on the stage. In remaining 2, they enter from the southern gate. So the concept of Pravṛtti cast a reflection on the acting techniques. And we will take some of the points about the Pravṛttis. Going to the next. Bharat Muni raises the question, why Pravṛtti? Why this name Pravṛtti is given? Pravṛtti is informing about the people, informing about the tendencies of the people. So, any information about the behavioral patterns or their tendencies, that is called Pravṛtti. So, Pravṛtti is simply information of some inhabitants in a region. And then it has regional connectivity then. So, then we must understand the regions in a country. So, roughly we can divide the country in 4 regions. And it is said in this para, I will not read all of it. Bharat Muni says that there are various countries on this earth. Then why 4 Pravṛttis? And this is a very sweeping generalization, because each person living on this earth has a Pravṛtti of his own, a tendency of his own. So if some crores and crores of people are there on this earth or in a country, crores and crores of Pravṛttis will be there. Bharat Muni says that, yes, Satyam Etad, this third line, this he agrees that it is right that everybody in this earth, on this earth, has his own tendencies, vrittis, but we have to, for the purpose of a theatric performance, we have to make a classification. So we have conceptualized some regional variations. In our practical life also, we say that these people are from south, they have their own pattern of tendency, and they have their own tendencies. These people from Kashmir, they have their own way of speaking, etc. So in this way, we can have a regional division. And for the convenience of theater, because there are four types of abhinayas, four types of vrittis, four types of vrittis we can visualize. This is simply the answer Bharat Muni gives. Why four vrittis? Otherwise, vrittis will be infinite. As many human beings on this earth, that many vrittis will be there. But we have to make a sort of classification for theater. Therefore, to suit a synthetic design and keep an order, since we believe that there are four fundamental rasas, four purusharthas, four vrittis, so we will have four pravrittis. So that is what he says. We go to the next. I have given you the gist of this, otherwise it is rather complicated. Going to the next. This is slide 9th. Then Bharat Muni gives a sort of convincing classification that if we believe in the fourfold classification of pravrittis, that will suit our purpose of performance. Because we have to present people in the theater which uh, which love Shangara, which love good costumes. So that the pravritti of human beings who love Shangara, who have delicate tendencies, and who are uh, very loving people. So that pravritti is one pravritti. There are people who are aggressive, heroic. So their pravritti will be one pravritti. So in this way, in geographical regions also we divide these pravrittis. That in some region people are very aggressive and heroic. In some region people are very delicate and graceful, and they are very loving people in this way. So it is not exact. It doesn't. It may not confirm exactly the behavior of the people in that particular region, but it is the concept for the purpose of theater. So Bharat Muni says in this that taking this Dakshinatya Pravṛtti, which is one of the four Pravṛttis, we see that the people of South, which is the region towards the south of India mountain. So it has Maharashtra, then Karnataka, modern Maharashtra, modern Karnataka, and Tamil Nadu, etc. All these geographical regions, provinces will be included in the Dakshinatya Pravṛtti. So making a sort of generalization, it's a sweeping generalization, of course. But for the purpose of theater, performance purpose, it will suit. So he said that Dakshinatya tavat bahu natta geeta vadyah keshiki prayah chatur madhura lalitanga vinayascha. These are the first two lines. He says that the people of South in the region towards the south of Vindhya mountain, they are interested in dances, songs, playing of instruments. Their life of full of music, and they have Keshiki Vṛtti. Keshiki Vṛtti is decorating oneself, uh, like for uh, beautiful things, beautiful dresses, and delicacy, grace. So this is Keshiki Vṛtti. So these people have Keshiki Vṛtti prominently in their life, and they walk gracefully, they behave gracefully. So Chatur Madhur Lalita Angabhinayashcha. They have sportive, playful display of their limbs. So this must have been true in ancient times mostly. Now the people behavior of the people, behavioral patterns have changed. When I was a small boy, we used to see Maharashtrian ladies having a bunch of flowers in their juda. They love flowers and they decorate themselves in the way. So in southern regions, ladies do that way. So they live gracefully and they have lot of music, as in Kerala or Karnataka that way. So we classify a Pravṛtti on the basis of these regional tendencies, which is Dakshinatya. So this Dakshinatya Vṛtti has music and graceful movements, grace, delicacy, and beauty. And in the geographical regions which where this Dakshinatya Pravṛtti prevails, in 38 to 40th, he names the regions. That Mahendra, name of the mountain, Malay is Malaygiri, you must have heard. It is very important in Indian geography. The sandal trees grow there. Malayachal in Karnataka, Malaygiri, and in poetry also that is described. Mahendra is a famous mountain. Sahyadri in Maharashtra, Sahyadri. Mekal is in Amarkantaka in Madhya Pradesh. Pal Manjar is another mountain near to it. So the countries or regions around these mountains, they form the Dakshina Path, the southern part of the country, the southern part of our country. So this is the definition of Dakshina Path, and he names various regions. Kosalas, Toshlas, Chaiva, Kalinga, Yavana, Khasa, Dravinandra, Maharashtra, Vedna, Vai, Vanavasaja. So the tribal people living in the tribes living in the forest, Vanvasi, forest dwellers, all they are also included. In Kalinga, used to be in Orissa, and Yavanas, a tribe, and Khasa is also a tribe. Dravinas, people of south were called Dravinas, and Andhras and Maharashtra people. So these are the regions, the people live in them, and these regions form Dakshinatya Pravṛtti. And geographically, the definition would be as given in the 40th stanza, Dakshinasya Samudrasya Tatha Vindyasya Chantare. All the regions falling between the southern sea and Vindhya mountain, towards the south of Vindhya mountain and towards the north of the southern sea. All the regions will make Dakshinatya Pravṛtti. And Dakshinatya Pravṛtti prevails in these geographical regions. So this is Dakshinatya. Going to the next, he defines Avantiki in stanza 41st to 43, stanza 41 and 42. So Avanti is the country in the, it is now in Madhya Pradesh, and Ujjain, city of Ujjain used to be the capital of Avanti Desh. Avanti Desh is described by Kalidas. It is in the central part of India. Avantika, Vidisha is another city. So all the regions around Vidisha, all the regions around Avanti, Saurashtra is in Gujarat, and Malav is also a region in Madhya Pradesh now. Sendhav is towards northern, towards the northern part of this whole region. And Sovir, Avarth, Sarbudeka, Arbud is Abu mountain. So all these regions in the central part of the country mostly. And Dasharn Desh, now it is the southern part, the northern part of Madhya Pradesh, that is called Bundelkhand, covering the regions of Rewa and other cities. That was called Dasharna Desh. It is described by Kalidas also. And Dasharna was a river that flows in this country or in this region. And Tripuri is again in the middle part of Madhya Pradesh. It is Tripuri is now a village near to Jabalpur in Madhya Pradesh. So all these were regions well known. These were capitals. They were ruled by mighty kings. And so all these, and Martikavat was also another region. So all these regions, in all these regions, Avantiki Pravṛtti prevails. And they also practice Satvati and Kaishiki Vṛtti. So their Pravṛtti is Avantiki Pravṛtti. But so far as the matter of Vṛttis goes, they practice Satvati and Kaishiki, these two Vṛttis. So this is connectivity of Pravṛttis and Vṛttis, and the manifestation of Pravṛttis, making of Pravṛttis as per the geographical regions. Then coming to the other Vṛtti, in the next 11th slide, he says, go to the next one. He defines the Udra. So Udra and Magad, these two combined makes Udra. Udra is the coastal region, and Magadi is Magad region where you might be sitting now. It is in Bihar. So Udra, the coastal regions uh, in Bengal and some parts of Orissa, they will be Udra. Towards the north of Udra, Magad region is there. And covering the whole geographical locale close to Udra and Magadha, the Pravṛtti will be Udra. So the various regions, as per ancient Indian geography, they are named, they are incorporated in this Udra stanza 44 to 46. Ang Vang Kaling, Vats was a desh, name of the desh where King Udayana used to rule, and Udra and Magad countries or regions. Poundra was also a region. Nepal is covered in it. Antargiri and Bahirgiri, the regions in the forest, in the close to the mountains, in the interior parts of the mountains, and in the outer parts of the hilly area. So inside or interior parts of the hilly areas and outside the hilly areas, these regions were called Antargiri and Bahirgiri. And Pravangam is also Malda, Mallavartak, these are the names of various regions. We will come to them. Some explanation is there. Some of them I couldn't locate, but some of them can be located. And there is a map available. You can try to study ancient Indian geography. There are books on ancient Indian geography. So we can try to locate these various names, various regions and names. Brahmottara Pravatayo, Bhargava, Margavas Tatha. This Brahmavarta, the country around Kurukshetra in Haryana, that was called Brahmavarta, and the country around it, which includes Bhargava Pradesh and Margav Pradesh, and Pragjyotish is Guwahati in Assam, and Pulinda, Vaideha, Tamliptaka, all these tribes living in various regions uh, covered by the Udramagadi Vṛtti, and Prang and Pravṛtta, all these regions are there. So there the practice will be called, the Pravṛtti will be called Udramagadi. And some other countries can also be included. In 47th stanza, he says, Anyepi desha prachyamye Purane samprakirtita. In Puranas, various other countries are described. India being such a vast country, so they can also be included. All the coastal areas, all the northeast parts, northeastern regions, they are included in this Udramagadi. And just to give a give an idea, just to specify as an specimen, these names are cited. There can be many other small regions which can also be included. That is the suggestion. Then he defines the Satvati Vṛtti, or sorry, Panchal Madhyama. That is, in short, it is called Panchali also. Avanti, Dakshinatya, Panchali, and Udramagdi. These are the four pravrittis. So Avanti we have discussed, Dakshinatya we have discussed in the beginning, and Udramagdi we have discussed. From stanza 48 to 50, he describes Panchali or Panchala Madhyama. So the northern borders, the areas close to northern borders, like Kashmir and Punjab, Panchala was somewhere near Punjab. Tursen is a country towards the north of Mathura. Kashmira, we know. Hastinapur is modern Delhi. Hastinapur is still a village near Delhi. It is called Hastinapur. And the remnants of uh, Mahabharata period are there, almost 100 kilometers from Delhi. So all these areas are covered in Panchali or Panchal Madhyama. Palik is towards the northern border, very close to present day Afghanistan. And Shakal is, uh, it was ancient Takshashila, Shakal Pradesh. And Madrak and Koshinar, these are also the Pradesh regions close to them. So all the areas, he says, below Himalayan territory, Himvat Sanshita Etu Gangayash Chotram Disham, towards the north of Ganga belt and close to Himalaya, beginning from Himalaya towards the north of Himalaya, ending with Ganga belt. All these areas are covered by Panchal Madhyama or Panchali. And there the Vṛttis are Satvati and Arabhati. These two Vṛttis are connected to Panchali or Panchala Madhyama. And here music and songs will not have prominence, will not have prominent place. Alpa Gitartha. They will have very little of musical element and songs. Beatings would be there. Robust music can be there, but delicacy of music and beautiful songs may not be there. And Avidya Gati Vikrama. Forceful, vigorous movements will be there. Avidya is forceful, vigorous, Gati, walking will be there. So this is Panchali Pravṛtti. So the whole concept of nation as we understand it now is there, and theater is being performed in this country for the people. So the tendencies of the people are to be understood. They are for the purpose of our convenience of the theater people. They are classified as per the geographical regions in four. Next, it is 14th. Yes, this we have read. The southern people are lovers of music and dance and songs, and they love to decorate themselves. In the next stanzas, he this is a repetition. He names the parvatas or mountains around which these areas covering Dakshinatya Pravṛtti are there. Here I have noted some explanations. Mahendra is Mahendramali Parvat. It is around. It is close to the Ganjam district and in the territory of Mahanadi and Godavari. And Malaya is in Karnataka towards the western direction of Mysore, and it continues up to Travancore in Kerala, Malay Mountain, and Sahyadri we all know, Mekal is Amarkantak, etc. So these are the mountains where close to the regions Dakshinatya Pravṛtti prevails. Next, 16th. Then, oh, I have covered it. 16th you skip over. You have read it. And this also I have explained. Avantika, Vaideshik, Saurashtra, Malwa, Sendhav, Sovir, Avarth, Sarvudayak. Vaideshik is the area around the Vidisha district. Vidisha is a district in Madhya Pradesh. You can search Vidisha. Saurashtra is modern Kathiawad. Kathiawad is famous. Anarth, it should be Anarth. So Anarth is another name for Saurashtra. And Dwarika, well-known place in the coastal area, Dwarka, that is in Saurashtra. Junagadh district is in Saurashtra. Revatak, famous mountain, which is described by many Sanskrit poets, was there in, is there, is still there. And Valbhi was the capital of this ancient Saurashtra or Kathiawad. Sendhav is the area around Sindhu, between Sindhu and Vitasta. Vitasta is Jhelum. Jhelum river is called Vitasta in Sanskrit. So the area between the river Sindhu and Jhelum or Vitasta, that is Sendhav Pradesh, the ancient Sindhu Desh, because the persons who attacked from the northern border, they came to Sindhu Pradesh first, and they started calling the people of Sindhus as Hindus. Then this name Hindu came. The Arabs and Turks, when they were coming from the northern borders, they entered the territories of Sindhu Pradesh, and they reached Sindhu River. So they pronounced Sindhu as Hindu, and the people living in this Sindhu Pradesh, they started calling Hindus. And Sobir is the country close to Sindhu Pradesha. So this is something of ancient Indian geography we know from Nāṭyaśāstra, and the way Bharat Muni classifies the whole country into four regions and gives a concept of fourfold Vṛttis. 18th I have covered. You can leave it, the next one. And yeah, it is 19th. 19th, some of the places I could locate. Otherwise, they are not clear. So one has to make some research. Where are these places now? Because the commentaries do not help. Abhinav Gupta doesn't tell the modern names. He is living 1000 years before us. So the names have changed. So some of the uh, places mentioned here can be located. So Malada is called Malda in Bengal now. Malda is a district. It is called Malad, Malaj and Malad also. And it is towards the western part of Ara district. Maybe the Malda in Bengal may be different, but ancient Indian geography, I have tried to search and it says towards the west of Ara district. Then Pulinda used to live in modern Bundelkhand, where Sagar, Jabalpur district are there. And towards the western part, they used to live. Pulindas are described in this area as a tribe living in this area by Banbhatta and other authors in Sanskrit. The whole Sagar district comes in this region, the Pulinda region. Mallavartak is Multan, and Hazaribagh district it is in Bihar. Then Tamralipti is Samha Pradesh. It is towards the west of modern Bengal. And Tamralipti was the uh, capital of this Pradesh, Samha Pradesh, and it is on the coast of Kosi River. Kosi River is very well known. Then Pundra region was towards the coast of Kosi River, close to Dinajpur. Dinajpur you might be knowing. It's a well-known district. Okay. In 20th, it says, now we are running short of time. Okay. So 20th, I will simply give the idea. The coastal areas are called Udra, and towards the north of Udra regions, Magad regions come, and the whole area between Udras and Magdas, would be Udra Magdi, would be farming Udra Magdi. 47th we have read. So all the other regions which have been mentioned in Puranas can be included in this Udra Magdi. Next, we can skip over. We have covered it. It is repeated 22 and 23 also it is repeated. And 24th we can read. 24th, 55th stanza says that whatever sort of tendencies are there in the people of a particular region, they will be reflected in a drama. If the play belongs to that region, the tendency of the people living, inhabiting that region will be reflected. Yeshu desheshu ya karya pravṛtti parikirtita. Whatever pravṛtti is in practice in a particular region, if a rupaka or drama is focused on that region, then that pravṛtti will be manifesting there in the performance. Then in 56th stanza, he says that a single pravṛtti doesn't uh, materialize in a performance. Whenever there is a performance of a play, all sorts of pravṛttis are assembled because Bharata's Nāṭya system doesn't belong to a particular region only. It is for the whole Bharatvarsha. So normally a performance would include all the four pravṛttis and all the four vṛttis based on them. 56 says, Eki bhuta punasteta natakado bhavanti. They are assembled together. Eki bhut, they are unified and assembled together in the performance of natakas. Aveksha vṛtti bahulyam tattat karma samacharet. The performers can pick and choose whatever pravṛtti they feel that in this episode the Dakshinatya will be suiting. In another episode of the same performance, the Satvati, the Panchali would be suiting. So they can delineate these pravṛttis and render their vṛttis accordingly. So therefore, the multiplicity is there and choice is there. You can choose, and there cannot be any hard and fast rule that this pravṛtti only will be done when the play belongs to this region only. So there can be a mixing as per the discretion of the performance. This is the idea in the 56 and 57. Next. Okay, you can study this. It will be very intricate. This was the map during the Mauryan period or Ashoka's empire in 3rd century BC. And some of the names we have discussed occur here. They are here. Other maps also you can, ancient Indian geographical maps you can search. And so the making of Vṛttis, how Vṛttis came out. This is described by Bharat Muni in 20th chapter. And it says that the episode of Vishnu's killing of Madhu and Ketava, these two demons, created the whole idea of Vṛtti in a performance. So, because Vishnu is the uh, protector of this world, so he protects this world, and all the behavior of the people depends as long as Vishnu protects. So, whatever he does makes the Vṛttis. So, if Vishnu is there, Vṛttis will continue. So, Vṛttis come out of the Vishnu's behavior or Vishnu's killing of these two demons. So this episode is narrated. It's a symbolic episode. Vishnu's killing of Madhu and Ketava. The idea is that Vṛtti is a very important core concept, and the pravṛttis generate vṛttis in a performance. So the tendencies culminate into behavioral patterns. This is the idea. So Vṛtti, the pravṛttis involve the tendencies of the people. It is something abstract and subtle. You can't define. There is a single tendency, and These tendencies, various tendencies, which are abstractions, which form the behavioral patterns of the people, they culminate into vrattis. Vrattis are the modes. Vratti is vyavahara or practicing. So the pravrittis put into practice become vrattis. So the four pravrittis, when they are put into practice through a performance, they become vrattis. So Vishnu performed the act of killing these two demons because Vishnu is not involved personally like a human being. Being a supreme being, he does every act as a leela, in a playful way, as an sport. So it becomes a theater for him. So therefore, his behavioral pattern, his tendency to perform, will generate these four vrittis. This is the idea. So I will summarize it the way the episode is narrated in the 20th chapter of Nāṭyaśāstra. It says, Ekarnam Jagat Kritva, the whole world was dissolved in one ocean. When Mahapralaya is there, the ocean only remains, and Vishnu is sleeping there in the ocean on the bed of the great serpent, Sheshnaga. So he was sleeping, the world has dissolved, only water were, only waters were there, ocean was there, and he was sleeping on the bed of Naga, serpents, that is second line. All the lokas, all the bhuvanas, the whole universe had shrunk within him. So all the universe had dissolved within him. Then two demons were produced. So out of Vishnu's body itself, it is said that they came uh, out of his ears, and these two demons were produced, and they started challenging. They were very haughty and arrogant, and they challenged Vishnu to have a duel or fight. Okay, next. They were rubbing and pressing their hands in anger, and they were threatening Vishnu in harsh words and hurling abuses on him. And they rushed towards him in fury, Nije bahu vimratnantau, rubbing their hands. And they were challenging him with fist, mustibi, with their fist closed. So in this way, they rushed towards Vishnu to have a fight with him. Next, Brahma, who was seeing from his lotus abode, sitting in this on his lotus, Brahma was seeing what is happening. So he asked Vishnu, why you are tolerating? They are hurling all the abuses on you, and you are sitting subdued and calm. So Kimidam Bharti Vṛttir Vagbhireva Pravartate. Why only Bharti Vṛtti is here? There is some Vṛtti, some behavior is being made. They are behaving in a way. So they are full of speech, which is arrogant speech. So Bharti Vṛtti is being created. So why don't you create other Vṛttis to make it a grand theater? So you should have Keshiki and Satvati and Arvati. Arvati will lead to the killing of the demons. So only Bharti Vṛtti is being done. So Bharti Vṛtti is speech only. So they are doing speech only. And you are listening. So Brahma could understand that some Leela, some performance is to be created. So the killing of Madhu and Ketava is a Leela, and it makes a performance to give an idea of four Vṛttis. So Brahma said that Bharti Vṛtti is not the only Vṛtti. You do something else to create the idea of other Vṛttis. This way they were challenging. Sixth Stanja says, yeah, this I have explained. Then Madhusudana replied, I have created Bharti Vṛtti by the speeches of these two demons, and Bharti Vṛtti will have proximity of words on the part of the speaker. Now I will kill them, and I will create other Vṛttis by my Leela of this killing of these two demons. So then he rose up from the bed He rose up in a very graceful way. It is described very beautifully how he tied his band of hair and moved towards the demons very gracefully, smiling. Those demons were still challenging him. Then he performed the act of killing those demons. So Vishnu was not angry with the demons like an ordinary human beings, and he performed the whole act as an actor would perform. His no selfish motive. It is the motive is to create the vrattis. Okay. So next took some steps in a very graceful manner. And by walking, he created Bharti Vṛtti. By the weight, bhar of him, Bharti Vṛtti was created. Next. And he walked in a very brilliant manner with some intensity, in tune with the intense and brilliant vaultings of Hari. He picked up his bow that is called Sharanga bow. So Sharang Dhanush, he picked it up and then walked forward without any perturbance, without any disturbance. And he was firm in mind. So by his firmness, stability, and by his walking, taking firm steps forward, his Satvati Vritti was created. And he tied the locks of his hair with, with a blissful movement of his hands, as the dancers would do it. He did like that. And he was looking very graceful, beautiful. So Keshiki Vritti was generated because of that. After that, he fought the demons to kill them. So there were robust movements, fight with hands, and some anger in the demons, and intense movement, rapid movements were there. So Arbhati Vritti was created. So Bharatamuni also sees a connection of these four Vrittis with four Vedas. From Rigveda, Bharati Vritti is generated. From Yajurveda, Satvati Vritti is generated because Yajurveda is full of actions, of performances, of karmakandas. And Keshiki Vritti was generated out of Samveda because Samveda describes music, very delicate, subtle musical system. So Keshiki Vritti came out from Samveda, and the remaining Vritti, uh, Arbhati, came out from the Atharveda. Then he defines all the four vrittis. So these are the technical definitions. The mythological episode is just suggestive that the whole life circle is created out of the four vrittis. We have speech, we have robust movements in our life, and we have graceful movements, grace, delicacies, and we have shangara, costuming, etc. So all these four tendencies are there in human life. So the circle of human life is completed by these four tendencies. And these four tendencies are named on the basis of four regions in our country: Dakshinatya, Avanti, Panchali, Udra, And out of these four uh, tendencies, four vrittis are created. So we have speech, we have psyche in concentration, and we have robust movements of the body, we have graceful movements of the body. So out of these four vrittis are generated. So Bharti vritti is Vak Pradhana, Purusha Prayoja, basically the male actors, because there are long dialogues which the male actors would be speaking. So mostly it is male dominated vritti. Female female do not practice it mostly, and the text is Sanskrit. So and Bharati is called because Bharta means the actors. So the actors practice it. Therefore, it is called Bharati. This is 26th stanza. Going to the next. Then Satvati Vritti, the qualities of the Satvatas. Satvatas are noble people which are firm, stable in mind. So their tendencies culminating into behavioral patterns, they will form the Satvati Vritti. It has pleasure, and joy, and sorrows are not there. When Satvati Vṛtti is there, people full of joy and robust spirit, they practice Satvati Vṛtti. And then it is it goes with the Veera and Adbhuta and Rodra Rasas, and mostly, but Shangara and Karuna will not be there. They will be left aside in Satvati, in the practice of Satvati Vṛtti. And this despair, resentment, nirveda, vairagya do not have any place in Satvati. Next, it was 42nd stanza. And then Kaishiki Vṛtti, beautiful, attiring, structure nepatya, graceful attire, and beautiful decor, Vishesha Chitra, and practiced by ladies, delicate, graceful ladies, and abounding in dances and songs. Bahu Nratta Gita, and Kamopavoga Prabhopachara, scenes of love making, Kamopavoga, enjoyment of life in love. So, all this, when goes in theater performance, that makes Kaishiki Vṛtti. This is second line of 53rd stanza. Then finally, the fourth one is Arbhati Vṛtti. So Arbhata Prayaguna. Arbhata are fighters. So Arbhati is the Vṛtti of Bhattas. It is violent, and it is full of bold heroism. And there are deceptions, kapat and vanchana, heartiness and false claims, kapat, deceiving deceptions, and dambha, that is hauteur, arrogance, that are there. So these are also uh, behavioral patterns. So there are also, these are also tendencies which make, create a behavior and behavior pattern. So that will make Arbhati. So these are the